Recently, someone asked me how I can read a book while walking after I posted something on the forum saying that I go out most days and walk around and read a book. So I'm here to the place where I generally do this to show you how it happens. It's pretty straightforward. I have a book and I have some dog leads and I have some dogs. So generally in this common, as it's known in the UK, there are lots of paths where you can walk. There is actually bridle paths and places that you can go. So I'm hoping that you can hear me above the wind that's happening at the moment. But there's lots of places to walk and there are no cars anywhere to be seen. So this is very useful. So people have asked me, how do I find time to study all of these languages and things? And basically, this is the answer to that question. I'm doing multiple things at once. I'm walking my dogs, I'm walking to get my steps up, and I'm reading a book. And in this example, I'm actually putting in some content for my YouTube channel. But generally, I find that if you can try to mix things that don't take a great deal of attention with something that you need to do, then it helps. So walking around this park, as I've shown you, doesn't take a great deal of attention. The paths are quite flat. You're not really going to fall down. It's not really a problem. There aren't a huge number of people around, and so you can easily fit in a bit of reading whilst walking the dog in this wooded area. At the moment, I'm on a bit of a mission to try and read all of these French books that I've got. But previously, I have spent a good deal of time walking around this park and just listening to audiobooks in French or Italian while walking. So it's quite a pleasurable experience. I get to practice my languages and learning, and I get out for some fresh air, and the dogs get out as well. So it isn't just reading that I do, it's just that I've got this need to finish all of the books I've got in French, and walking around with a paperback in your pocket does help you sort of get the time to do it. But otherwise, if I wasn't doing that, then I would probably have my headsets in and I would be walking along here listening to 1010 or some other thing in French or Italian. So anyway, that's how I try to fit in time to do all of this stuff that I'm trying to accomplish. And obviously that doesn't always work, but it is useful to keep something handy. So I've always got the audiobooks on my phone and my headsets with me. I've always, now that I'm reading a lot, got a book with me so that if I need to stop and do something or I'm waiting for something, I've got the book and I can just pick it up and read it. In one of my videos, somebody asked me what I actually had on my bookshelf. And just to take it from the top, this entire shelf is basically about mathematics and or algorithms. And I'm slowly working my way through these books. Currently working on this one and that one. But I hope to have completed all of them at some point in the future. Some of these are actually duplicates, so I probably won't go much past the slide rule book. The next shelf down is mostly things that I have been interested in. This is my collection of books in English that I still need to read, fiction. I have some mathematics books that don't fit on the shelf, so I had to move them down a bit. And others are just stuff that took my interest. I might do a video on this, but basically this is a couple of books I purchased. These are open source sort of D&D role-playing books. And I have, in the past, been doing a sort of play by yourself thing with D&D. So I might do a little video on how that works. But you can find loads on YouTube where people are doing it. Then somebody asked me to do some book reviews, and I might do some book reviews later on some of these books. These are the ones I've sort of collected over a long period of time. And I got the odd book for work. These are also more books for computing and a lot of electronics parts and things stuffed in there. But a lot of this is basically books I've collected over the years for programming languages that I've learned and things that I've done. The next shelf down is even more boring and full of even more electronic stuff. But again, these are books that I have read or are interested in and kept or collected. A large number of these are just collector's books that you can't really find anymore. And this shelf, again, more electronics. Sorry about the mess. But I've got a book on Setswana that someone from the forum that I run sent me. I paid the postage and they sent me the book for free, so thank you very much. I need to get back to that. Some more programming books. Things for Italian, Chinese graded readers, lots of Chinese, another Italian book, French grammar, Chinese, words in Italian, bit of English, Italian vocabulary drills, and then a lot more Unix programming and some D&D type stuff, and gardening and sailing. The next set of books is basically Harry Potter, which I've got. These are mostly my daughter's. I don't really like Harry Potter. I've read it in 3-4 languages now, so I'm not really interested in Harry Potter anymore. This is my next project after I finish the French books. These are the Italian books that I need to finish. So that should be fun. The next shelf up, again, more programming books. I have lots of programming books. And then some English books that I've read and still have yet to give away. Here we have Harry Potter in French and some more French grammar books. and some Chinese and some Assamese. Some travel guides, and basically some notebooks and things that aren't very interesting. More books in Chinese and teach yourself, and some Italian grammar lesson books. And then this is the French books that I've read so far. Italian dictionary, French dictionary, and the ones I have yet to read, so still to go. Not many left though. And again, Harry Potter, only this time in Chinese, and Roald Dahl in Chinese as well. So that is basically the books on the shelf. I think this top shelf of mathematics books is probably going to take the longest. But as long as I'm showing you books and bookshelves, I'll show you the others. Right, I apologize for the film quality, but this one is very difficult to actually let you see. But many of these are just books that I've collected over the years, and I might do some reviews of them. Many of these books in English I have yet to read, and realistically it's probably the only reason that they're still here. Otherwise I would bin them off. There are a couple of them though that are useful and I keep. The old Michel Thomas Italian. Those are all the CDs. But most of these others I've read and will probably be getting rid of. I've got a lot of Stephen King books to read. I still haven't read everything. Another French dictionary. Some book on sales and things, and various messes of books. This one is mostly more books in English that I have yet to read. Although some of these are ones that I have collected. And yet another dictionary in Italian. I'm sure many of you will recognize the ever popular Assamese books for Chinese, Finnish and Polish. And most of the rest of the books are ones that I have just collected over the years that I keep because they're very difficult to find and I want to keep them, and at some point in the future I might read them again.